which essentially said that the cause of the corresponding behaviors of mind and body is God. My thoughts are just the occasion on which God makes a change in my body. And the changes in my body are just the occasion on which God causes a change in my mental states. Occasionalism. Now, underlying that is a view that was somewhat current in those days. You still sometimes hear nowadays that to say God is almighty is to say God has all the might there is. Nobody else has any. And so all of the causal power which is exerted by any creature is not really exerted by that creature, but by God. You see? And so if God is the causal agent for every single thing that occurs all the time, then occasionalism is the view that's required. Other things that happen are just occasions for the causal power of God. You see. Well, that view just hasn't gained that much of a following. After all, even theologians like Calvin are pretty explicit that there are secondary causes as well as primary cause, God. And as Thomas Aquinas put it, God is the cause of the whole causal order. You see, God, the ultimate cause, the causal order, the immediate cause. And so occasionalism is an option that simply hasn't been taken that seriously. When we get to Spinoza next, we'll see he develops a double aspect theory. That is to say, ideas and physical changes are simply two aspects of one and the same underlying substance. So the mental and the physical are two attributes of one and the same thing. One underlying reality, functioning in two different ways. When we get to Leibniz, we'll see he suggests that the two have been pre-programmed by the Creator to function in perfect harmony, pre-established harmony, all the way through, like two clocks wound up and set going at the same time. And so it doesn't require a cause external, but when I want to raise my hand, I'm pre-programmed, my body is, so that up comes my hand, you see. Leibniz, we'll be seeing Leibniz the week after next. But frankly, what's the alternatives? You see? Once you set up the problem with two entities that are capable of independent existence and functioning and have no essential quality in common, you see? Understandably, in the current period, the biggest argument that's used against those kinds of dualism is in terms of the brain dependency of all of our mental states. You see? Much closer interrelationship of some sort. And so nowadays the alternatives tend to focus on brain dependency, and if a dualism is desired, as it still is argued for by a number of philosophers, then it needs to be a dualism in which there is more of an interdependence, more with a separable soul than an already separate soul. One that's capable of separate existence after death, but separable. But we'll see more of that as time goes on. Now, one final note. Oh, final note. Well, looks like half a minute isn't long enough for that. Shame. All right, we'll have to pick up on the final note next time. Descartes on the passions, and thence on ethics.